It started with a map, not the kind you'd expect. No trails marked in red, no "you are here," dot, no ranger notes scribbled in the margins. Just a faded, hand-drawn outline of a national park, pinned to a corkboard inside an abandoned ranger station that wasn't supposed to exist. The official maps never showed a station that deep in the forest. And yet, there it was. In October 2017, Ranger Elias Varn logged his final transmission from Black Ridge National Park, a vast, heavily wooded reserve somewhere between state lines. No one seemed eager to define. His voice was calm but strained. There's something wrong with the trails. They don't loop the way they should. I've marked trees twice now, same markings, different locations. Then a pause, wind in the mic. I keep hearing voices. They sound like the missing hikers. Static swallowed the rest. Search teams were deployed within hours. They found his radio near a stream that didn't appear on any map, official or otherwise. Elias was never found. But what they did find was worse. 3 miles from where Elias's radio was recovered, search crews discovered a clearing, perfectly circular. No trees, no brush, just flattened grass and silence so complete it made ears ring. At the center were 7 pairs of shoes, men's, women's, one child-sized, all arranged neatly, toes pointing inward, as if their owners had stood in a circle, and then vanished. No footprints, no signs of struggle, no scent trail for the dogs. Forensics confirmed the shoes belonged to hikers reported missing over the past 6 years. Different cases, different seasons, same place. 2 months later, a woman named Carla Mendez stumbled out of the park. She was barefoot, malnourished, covered in scratches that looked more like symbols than injuries. Carla had been missing for 9 days, but when authorities questioned her, she insisted it had only been a few hours. At first, it sounded like standard disorientation, until she began describing things she shouldn't have known. "There's a ranger station," she said. "Old. Falling apart. There's a map inside. It changes when you're not looking at it." Officials dismissed it. No such structure existed. Carla kept talking. "The people in the woods, they're not lost. They're waiting." 6 months after Carla's return, a private search team, funded by families of the missing, entered Black Ridge with one goal: find the station. They documented everything: body cams, GPS trackers, drones. For the first 48 hours, nothing unusual. Then, on the 3rd night, one of the cameras captured something: a building, weathered wood, broken windows, a rusted sign that read, "Ranger Station 14. The footage glitched, coordinates scrambled. By morning, the structure was gone. Not destroyed. Gone. The ground where it had stood was untouched. No foundation, no debris, nothing. One member of the team, Daniel Cho, claimed he entered the station before it vanished. His footage was the only one partially recovered. Inside, the walls were covered in maps. Hundreds of them, each slightly different. Trails bending in impossible directions. Rivers looping back into themselves. Sections of forest labeled with symbols instead of names. At the center of the room was a table, and on it a single map, blank except for a dot. Daniel's voice trembled behind the camera. "The dot is moving." The footage ends with a loud bang, and Daniel whispering, "It's not showing where we are. It's showing where it is." Over the years, analysts began noticing patterns across missing persons cases in national parks. Not just Black Ridge, but others too. Children are often found miles away, in places they couldn't have reached. Victims are sometimes discovered without shoes, even in freezing conditions. Search dogs lose scent trails abruptly, as if they just stop. Officials attribute it to terrain, weather, human error. But some investigators think there's something else, something we don't understand. Or worse, something we refuse to. In 2021, a hiker uploaded a video before disappearing. It was shot at dusk, trees silhouetted against a dying sky. His breathing was uneven. "I found the station," he said. "I thought it was fake, a story." He turned the camera. There it was, Ranger Station 14. Closer now, clearer. The door creaked open on its own. Inside, darkness. Then, a voice. Not his, not anyone's. Layered, distorted. Familiar. "You're already on the map." The video cuts to black. Experts will tell you these disappearances are coincidences, missteps, tragic accidents in unforgiving wilderness. And sometimes that's true. But not always, because maps don't move, buildings don't vanish, and people don't just disappear without leaving something behind, unless they were never meant to be found again. If you ever find yourself in a national park, deep enough that the sounds of civilization fade into nothing, pay attention. If the trails seem unfamiliar, if the forest feels like it's watching you, if you come across a structure that isn't on your map, do not enter. And whatever you do, if you find a map with a moving dot, don't wait to see where it goes, because by the time you understand what it means, it's already found you.